Welcome back to another episode of Factory Academy, where we show you guys how to install our parts and other modifications to your Ford Mustang. So behind me and on this table, we do have our prototype 2015 to 2023 function factory performance Ford Mustang axle back exhaust for the EcoBoost Mustang. This will not fit GT, so it is only for EcoBoost and non-active models. So you see the two pipes up there. If you have 4 pipes, this one will not fit. So I want to just go over really quick, guys. What is special about this exhaust? What makes it unique? Well, it's very easy. It is an axle back, meaning that it is not a cat back. So we are not removing the resonator. We are keeping the resonator, and this is a cut and clamp. You do not weld, you cut and clamp, and we're going to show you exactly where to cut. The tools are simple. We just have a Sawzall, be very careful, and we have a 16mm deep socket. Total time on this, guys, we're looking at about an hour. A professional would probably do it in probably 30 minutes. But the most important thing we want to show you guys is where to cut the exhaust, because you get one chance at that, and if it's too far forward, well, it's not going to be a good time. So we're going to show you guys exactly where to mark your exhaust so that you can have a clean and proper cut. We just went out and filmed a ton of the stock exhaust, and I really want to talk about how underwhelming the car is. The car is very underwhelming with the stock exhaust. It's more intake and stock blow-off valve noise than anything. There is just no exhaust tone to this car. And I'm sure many EcoBoost owners know that and why they actually swapped this exhaust out. It's as if the sound is non-existent back there. With our axle back, we do have 2 bottle type mufflers here, which are going to be a lot less restrictive than the OEM design. We are keeping the resonator, so that tone of the EcoBoost should definitely be there. This system is going to take the volume up about 25 to 30%. Nothing crazy at all, not going to make your neighbors mad, and not going to annoy yourself going down the freeway with drone. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on through the install. I've got a limited crew right now. I got my technician holding the camera, so I'm gonna swap places with him. I'll do a little voiceover, we'll do some B-roll, and we'll get this thing done. More importantly, we'll get the results of the sound.
Alright guys, so now we're gonna show you where to mark on the exhaust your cut points. Since they're different lengths, we're gonna show you on this pipe right here. After the bend on the exhaust, I'll say give yourself at least 3 to 4 inches after the bend, so you have enough room to slide in your FFP exhaust back exhaust into it.
Where you want to make your cuts is about 3 to 4 inches after the bend. If you make them any shorter than that, you're not going to have a good time. But you have a ton of real estate, meaning you've got a ton of pipe that's going to be going inside of our FFP pipe. So there is a lot of leniency. Again, there's no reason to cut this short after the bend.
So as you guys can see right here, we have the bend. You can guide yourself by looking at the tip of the connection here. So I'll make my marks right here. That's about 3.5 to 4 inches after the bend. That should be enough clearance to slide in the exhaust. So there is gonna be two exhaust hangers, one in the front, one in the back, and there is gonna be 3 30mm bolts holding the exhaust hangers. Okay, now that we have the resonator supported, we're gonna start doing the same process on the other sides. Give it a little wiggling here, and exhaust is free.
So we've got our exhaust laid out here, and I want to show you guys the difference between our exhaust and the stock unit. So if you couldn't tell, I do really want a high production quality. Look at the bottle style muffler compared to the gigantic noise trapper of the stock unit. Stock unit's basically just going to stop all the noise and be a quiet, economical car that the EcoBoost is. With the exhaust that we are upgrading to, which is ours, you have a more straight through design, a much larger diameter pipe. You've got those nice polished tips and the bottle style muffler. Coming on the back side of the mufflers, you can see where it narrows down to allow the stock piping to slide over your stock exhaust.
Okay, so we're gonna transfer all of the hangers. They should be very easy to remove. Let's move to the back. On this side. All right, guys, let's get to the install. Don't forget to install the clamps before you put the muffler on. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get a microfiber so I can protect the exhaust from getting scratched on the subframe. So all you do is slide it into the original exhaust. Make sure to fit your hangers. I'm doing it by myself, so it's gonna be a little bit harder than having someone helping you guys. You should be able to do it.
All right, guys, Lester's just gonna go and do his thing, and I'll start talking here since we have a flight at 5 a.m. and we are losing the light very quickly here. So make sure not to tighten both of those clamps just yet. Don't get too excited now because we need to support that resonator, as you can see, and we're gonna push it all the way up before tightening the clamps so that we have perfect fitment. The fitment on the driver's side right now is flawless, even without being tightened down. So Lester's gonna go ahead and get the passenger side in, and again, look how much pipe he has. There's plenty of pipe to slide in. Nice and safe. And again, you're gonna be reusing all of the OEM exhaust brackets. We do recommend that you have a lift to do this. And again, if you do have a lift, this can be accomplished within 45 minutes if you're a seasoned pro. I would say an amateur probably get this done in about an hour and a half. The next version that we're gonna make, prototype 2. So prototype 2 will have all of our logos and insignias on it. We wanted to get this unit in to make sure that it is test fitted and it sounds good, so we can tell our manufacturer if we need to make any changes. And Lester is gonna keep fitting these pipes, and you can have a better sounding EcoBoost Mustang. Let's see, we're gonna check our clearances, and if we're too close, we're probably gonna slide the pipe more in. As I mentioned, if you guys are having any clearance issues on the subframe, just push the pipe in and it will clearance itself. So let's go ahead and check our tip fitment. Again, we're not tight yet. Things are gonna change about 20% more as we're gonna rotate the exhaust up. You're gonna wanna position your exhaust clamp at the edge where those relief cuts are, and go ahead and send that thing home. But if you want to be technical about it, you could do about 100 foot-pounds. These beauty shots. What's up with it? God damn. For the amount of money that this kit cost, this thing is freaking awesome. I have zero complaints about the fitment. It took us 2 seconds to put on. Obviously, we've been filming for a long time because we have to go through multiple steps. But as far as the fitment goes, damn, pretty darn stellar for the price. And we'll get to the price here soon. I keep alluding to that. And we're gonna get this car down and started. It's a little late. We'll let the car warm up, give it a few revs. We'll get the car back next week. I gotta go out. Me and Lester are going out to Las Vegas, go play with some race cars. Here it is. And you know, just to be really real for 2 seconds, guys, we're just normal people. We're trying to get it done. We don't have a massive production team. It's my technician. It's me, that's here. We're just trying to make it happen. We're doing it. Again, Factory Academy, We wanted to show you guys how to put this exhaust on and how easy it is. And again, you can do this in your garage. Maybe you have a professional shop, or hell, you might be able to put this on the ground if you've got the balls to use that Sawzall on the ground. A shop is probably gonna charge you 75 bucks, so just take it to a shop, honestly. Let's get this car on the ground and hear the first startup. Again, like I said, 25–30% louder. So we'll let it go through its cold start. So we're back. It is a Monday here in Thousand Oaks at the shop, and behind me we've got Adam's 2022 Ford Mustang EcoBoost in the light this time. We did get some sound clips earlier, and unfortunately we are on a time crunch, so we'll be revisiting the rolling shots and the acceleration shots of the exhaust, because I want you guys to be able to experience the entire exhaust through this video. But we did get some really good revving notes. With the revving, you get those little subtle pops of the 4-cylinder on the EcoBoost. But since you do have the stock resonator, you have the stock catalytic converter on this car, the volume has increased again by 25–30%, and it is not intrusive whatsoever. You're not gonna wake up the neighbors, you're not gonna make anyone mad. The price point finally is going to be $349.99. So our FFP 2015 to 2023 non-active Axleback exhaust is gonna start at $349.99. And there will, again, some slight revisions, have some branding on the tips. Get it on the market. It is on the website right now for pre-order. Visit this link right here. Visit the website, ffperformance.co, for that exhaust. And we'll see you guys hopefully in the next week or so. Get these rolling shots wrapped up. I'll give you my notes and we'll go from there.